Coming up on this week's Falcon Fever, basketball season is just around the corner. Find out how the preseason has started off.
And this week's Player of the Week has a big race coming up this weekend.
The Falcons advance to the next round of the Peach Belt Conference. I'll give you a recap of the game up next on Falcon Fever.
Welcome to Falcon Fever. I'm Michael Artris.
And I'm Casey Beasley. Thanks for joining us this week.
The men's soccer team hosted a quarterfinal match in the Peach Belt Conference tournament for the 4th consecutive season. The men battled against Clayton State Tuesday, October 7th in what proved to be a test of their endurance. Falcon Fever correspondent Sierra Barter has our story.
The University of Montevallo men's soccer team had a close game last night, October 30th, against Clayton State in the conference tournament opener. Team captain Gary O'Neill tells us more about the win.
Yeah, it was a tough game. I mean, Clayton State came out and battled. I thought we took over the second half, you know what I mean, with our work rate, and we put the effort in. I mean, they had us under the cosh for a bit, but we hung on, you know what I mean, kept a clean sheet, and we were always going to get a chance with the talent we have. We took the goal well, 7 minutes to go, and we just held on then to the end, and looking forward to the finals there, hoping we can make a run right to the end and win it again this year. It'd be nice to go out with a trophy going into nationals.
The university's mass comm department did a live streaming of the game against Clayton State. Students involved directed the production and did live commentary on the game. This is beneficial for anyone whose family and friends do not live nearby to watch the game. Sideline reporter Sloan Gibby got live interviews with the coach and a few of the players. Brennan Ledgway and Shane Howard tell us more about the game.
And that's where the goal came from, crossing the box, and Pierre's there to slot it home. So obviously we're delighted to go to the finals again, 3rd time in 3 years. But it's not enough to just go there. We want to win it.
The second half, they did put us under a bit of pressure, but as Brendan said, we have enough talent. All we need is one chance, and we got that and we put it away. So just to get recovered now and get ready for the weekend, and hopefully we can take back the trophy to Montevallo.
The Falcons travel to Georgia this Saturday to play Flagler University in a Peach Belt Conference semifinal match.
The Falcons, who are ranked 8th in the most recent NCAA Division II Southeast Region poll, play Flagler this Friday at Blanchard Woods Park in Evans, Georgia at 6:30 p.m. The semifinal game will set up a rematch of last year's PBC Tournament Championship, where the Falcons fell short against the Saints. However, in the regular season meeting between the two teams, the Falcons won 4-1.
The women's soccer team was back in action last Saturday. On October 27th, the Falcons took on PBC opponent Young Harris College, winning the match 3-1. This clinched the women's spot in the Peach Belt Conference Championship. The Falcons' 4 seniors were also honored after their annual Think Pink game. But sadly, the women's season came to an end Tuesday with their 1-0 loss to Armstrong Atlantic. After the first goal, goalkeeper Taylor Kerr had 4 saves in the match, but the Falcons weren't able to get a goal, and they are officially out of the tournament. The women finished the season with a 7-9-2 overall record in conference, and their conference record is 4-6-1.
The men's and women's cross-country teams had the week off as they prepared to travel to Charlotte, North Carolina. The cross-country teams will take part in the NCAA Southeast Region Championship. The women will run at 9 a.m. and the men will run at 10.
In volleyball news, the Falcons wrapped up their last away games of the season on a high note. The Falcons' final road trip started with a close match with USC Aiken. The Pacers managed to pull out the win 3-2 despite sophomore Mishael Walker's 17 kills and junior Kaylee Harvey's 27 digs. The Falcons then went on a dominating run, first beating Lander in 4 sets. Mishael Walker set a new career-high record of 28 kills. Finally, the team traveled to Bristol, Tennessee, where they beat King College 3-1. Walker racked up 13 kills, bringing her road trip total to 61. She was also named Peach Belt Player of the Week. Freshman Brianna Marquez also added a team-high 40 assists. After the match, the team got to spend the day touring the famous Bristol Motor Speedway. The Falcons return home for a 4-game homestand to end the regular season. The Falcons will face off against Armstrong Atlantic, Flagler, Francis Marion, and UNC Pembroke.
The men's golf team played their final match of this year on October 30th. The Falcons hit a rough patch in the match, finishing 7th out of 8 teams. Dalton Skinner and Juan Nose led the Falcons with a score of 23 over par. The golf season will kick off next year on February 11th. The team will play in the spring kickoff intercollegiate in Jacksonville, Florida.
In basketball, the men's and women's preseasons are underway. The men's team is ranked 16th overall in the preseason polls. The men begin their preseason Tuesday night against Division I Purdue University. The Falcons stayed with Purdue through the night, but could not keep up with them to get the win. Purdue took the game 70-61, but a strong performance from senior Marvin Fitzgerald kept the game tight with 18 points and 8 rebounds. Junior Torin Brown added 17 points and shot 4 for 5 from downtown. The preseason continues with the game at Ole Miss on November 5th. The men finished the preseason at home against Stillman on November 13th. The men's regular season begins November 17th at Anderson University. On the women's side, the preseason is all on the road. The Falcons begin play tonight at Alabama A&M, then travel to Sanford on November 5th. The Falcons finish the preseason at Wingate on November 10th before kicking off the season on the 11th against Newberry.
With basketball season coming up, the Falconettes on the sideline play a key role in getting the teams and fans pumped up. Reporter Amelia Bennett shows us what these girls are doing to get ready for the season.
The team is under the new direction of Audra Faust. Audra is working hard to make sure the team is ready to perform.
Hey, I'm really excited to be working with the Falconettes this year. We have a great group of girls, and I'm really excited about what the season's going to hold.
Audra is an instructor at Dance Etc. and a former Sanford Bulldog dancer. She's hoping that her experience and guidance can help the Falconettes organization grow into a full-fledged athletic team. The choreographers are working on new routines every week to keep the Falcon halftimes entertaining. Dance team captain Melissa Herbert tells us more.
The Falconettes dance team focuses on jazz, pop, and hip-hop routines. We use tasteful dance moves and appropriate music.
The Falconettes' first performance will be November 13th at the men's home basketball game versus Stillman. The game starts at 7 p.m.
That was Amelia Bennett reporting. Well, we've reached that part of the show where we feature one of Montevallo's dozens of athletes.
Every week here at Falcon Fever, we take a few minutes to introduce you to a different student athlete and learn a little more about them. And Falcon Fever correspondent Jolene Hanna joins us now with a story of one.
Hi guys, thanks. This week's featured athlete is cross-country runner Zack Walsh. Zack is a sophomore and business major here at UM. He'll be running in Saturday's Southeast Region Championships with an injury, but still he plans to lead his team during the race and run well enough to beat his own personal best. He credits his father with instilling a work ethic in him that carries over to his success as a runner.
What are your plans for Saturday's Regions run?
At Regions, I've been injured actually, but I still have been running, so really just to get out there and get a PR, a personal record, and lead the team and just be as positive I can about it and run the best I can.
You've been named UM's most dedicated runner and most valuable runner here at Montevallo. What's that like? Tell me about that.
Well, it meant a lot to me because it was my freshman year was last year, and that's when I was named it. And it was a young team, so there wasn't a lot of guys, but it meant a lot to me personally, just because where I was coming from in high school and how I was doing in high school, and how I really changed and developed as a runner coming here to college. And then for my coach and teammates to recognize my dedication meant a lot to me.
What are your plans for the future after you graduate?
My ambition is definitely to run professionally one day. I want to keep up with running and run as hard as I can, and hopefully get recruited into a post-collegiate running center.
How has your family life helped with your athletic career?
My family life has played a really significant role in it. Mainly my dad in my life. He's always been kind of hard on me growing up, but he's taught me work ethic, that I always have to work for what I get, and that nothing comes free in this life. And so he kind of instilled that work ethic within me from a young age, and it's really carried through. It's kind of like the main thing I need with running, so that's what's really helped me the most.
Thank you, Zack Walsh, our Falcon Fever Player of the Week.
If you have a suggestion for next week's featured athlete, be sure to let us know. Now it's time to announce our Fan of the Week.
This week's featured fan is Mishael Walsh. And if her name sounds familiar, it should. She's Zack Walsh's mom.
Mishael has been a longtime Falcon Fever viewer, and we just want to take a few moments to say thanks for watching. We know you'll be cheering Zack on at the championship race this weekend.
For more sports, you can get in on all the Falcon Fever action on YouTube and through social media.
You can watch current and past episodes of Falcon Fever on YouTube. Just search for Montevallo for you.
Also, add us as a friend on Facebook. There you'll find links to sports stories throughout the week and live updates from the games. You can also leave a comment, talk about recent games, or give a shout out to your favorite athlete.
You can also follow us on Twitter. Just search for Falcon Fever. And if you do, leave us a comment or tweet at us. We might just give you a shout out on our next show.
And last but not least, get extended sports coverage on MontevaloFalcons.com. There you'll find team rosters, live stats, pictures, and more.
So of course, it's that time of year again. It's Halloween. So Casey, do you have any plans for tonight?
I do. I plan on taking my little sister trick-or-treating. I'm really looking forward to it.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
I know. I like your costume.
Well, thank you very much. I like yours as well.
Thanks.
You did great. Well, that's all the time we have for this week's show. I'm Michael Artris.
And I'm Casey Beasley. Thanks for joining us this week.